Creamy calamari risotto make the authentic Italian way. Simple ingredients, but treated with care, patience, and a few small secrets that completely change the final result. Because here is the truth. Risotto is not just a recipe, it's a technique. And once you understand it, you can create something that feels like it came from a restaurant in Italy. In this dish, we're combining the delicate flavor of calamari with the natural sweetness of peas, the freshness of lemon, and the beautiful cream that will give the risotto both color and depth. Here are the ingredients we need. Fresh calamari, tender and delicate, the true star of this dish. Arborio rice releases starch and creates that classic creamy texture. Sweet peas brings freshness, color and natural balance. Leek adds a soft, elegant flavor that's less aggressive than onion. Lemon gives brightness and enhances the seafood flavor. White wine adds deep and a light acidity. For our vegetable broth, we're using three classic ingredients: carrot, celery, and onion. These are the foundation of Italian cooking, and together they create a clean, balanced flavor. Good olive oil make a big difference in flavor. Salt enhances every ingredient in the dish. These are simple ingredients, but when used the right way, they create something truly special. This dish is all about balance: creamy, fresh, slightly sweet, and perfectly savory. We start with one of the most important elements of any risotto: the broth. In Italy, especially at home, we almost always make broth from scratch. It's not complicated, but it makes a huge difference. Store-bought broth can be too strong or too salty, and it often covers the natural flavor of the dish. Here we're using celery, carrot, and onion. This is the classic base of Italian cooking. You don't need to cut them perfectly, just roughly, because the goal is to extract their flavor slowly. Now, here is a very important tip. The broth should never boil aggressively. Keep it at a gentle simmer. This allows the vegetables to release their flavor gradually without becoming bitter. Another important detail: don't add too much salt at the beginning. The broth should be light because we will adjust everything later inside the risotto. Now let's work with the leek. Leek is very special ingredient in this recipe because it adds flavor without overpowering the dish. It's softer, slightly sweet, and much more delicate than onion. In seafood dishes, we want balance. We don't want anything too strong, and that's why leek works perfectly here. We're going to divide it into two parts. One part we'll be using to create our green cream with the peas, and the other part will become the base of the risotto. This layering technique is very important. Instead of adding everything at once, we build flavor step by step. This gives the final dish more deep and a more refined taste. Add a drizzle of olive oil to the pan, then add half of the leek. Cook it gently over medium heat. We are not trying to brown it, we just want it to become soft and slightly sweet. This step creates a light base that will later blend perfectly into the cream. Now add the peas and mix everything together. The peas bring a natural sweetness and a beautiful color. As they cook, they start to soften and release their flavor, which will become the base of our cream. Add a little bit of the broth into the pan. This helps everything cook gently and keeps the texture soft and smooth. The liquid allows the leek and peas to blend together more naturally without drying out. Now we blend everything into a smooth cream. This is one of the most important steps of the recipe. Instead of just having peas in the risotto, we transform them into a silky, vibrant cream. This cream will give the risotto its color, but also a completely different texture. It becomes more elegant, more refined, and much more interesting. It's a simple trick, but it changed everything. Now let's prepare the calamari. Cut them into rings. Simple, clean, and classic. The most important things with calamari is cooking time. If you cook them too long, they become tough and rubbery. But if you cook them quickly, they stay tender and soft. Fresh calamari have a delicate flavor, slightly sweet, and they pair beautifully with the creamiest of the risotto. Add olive oil to a pan and cook the calamari. Just a couple of minutes is enough. Keep the heat medium high so they sear slightly but stay tender inside. Let's talk about lemon. Lemon is what gives life to this dish. Without it, the risotto would feel heavier and less balanced. We use both the zest and the juice. The zest gives aroma, very fresh, very bright. The juice adds acidity, which cuts through the creaminess. This balance is essential in Italian cooking. We always try to create contrast, creamy and fresh, rich and light. And in seafood dishes, lemon is almost always present for this reason. Now we add the lemon zest and the juice. Immediately, you can smell the difference. The dish becomes more vibrant, more alive. This step doesn't just add flavor, it transforms the entire dish and connects all the ingredients together. Now we cook the remaining click. Again, gently with olive oil. This will become the base of our risotto and give it a soft, delicate flavor. Add the rice and mix it with the leek. Let it toast slightly. This step helps the grains stay separate and improves the final texture. Add white wine and let it evaporate. The alcohol cooks off, leaving behind a subtle acidity that balances the richness of the risotto. Now we start adding the broth slowly, one ladle at a time, stirring continuously. This is what creates the creamy texture, not cream, but the starch from the rice. Patience is everything here. Now add the green cream. Watch how the risotto changes color. This is where the dish becomes unique and visually beautiful. Add the calamari and mix gently. At this point, everything comes together: the creaminess, the freshness, and the seafood. And now our risotto is ready. Look at this, creamy, vibrant, and full of flavor. This is really Italian comfort food. Simple but incredibly refined. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. We'd love to know if you try it at home. See you in the next recipe. Ciao!